Hey, what's up, everyone? Welcome back to another college basketball video. The madness continues, guys. That's going to be a quicker video. Not going to be able to really go into depth about matchups. I'm kind of behind on this video, so sorry if I don't provide much insight in these matchups. That's on me. I'm a little late to the game here with the Week 5 picks. There's going to be a couple games that I end up not being able to pick. I wanted to really get the big ones because I ran out of time. So let's go ahead and hurry up and get through this. I don't have a lot of time for this. Let's go to get through this. So let's go ahead and get into it. So first game I want to predict here, Jimmy V Classic tonight, 13 Tennessee versus Texas Tech. I think this is going to be a close game. Tennessee's defense should keep them in the mix. You got Vescovi, Kitty Chandler playing well. Texas Tech, though, has some seniors that can really handle the ball. They really get the steals going, too. They will make you turn the ball over. I think Tennessee, though, wins by a thin margin. I was going to pick Texas Tech here for the upset because I think Tennessee's still a little suspect, but I'll take Tennessee in a close one. You can go either way with that one. Should be a good one. Then we're going to watch Syracuse versus number 6 Villanova in the Jimmy V Classic tonight at 9 p.m. I think this game is going to be fairly interesting. Syracuse hasn't quite materialized that zone defense from what I'm seeing. They're in these high-scoring battles. Villanova, great control with the ball. Little turnovers per game. Colin Gillespie's playing great, absolutely amazing. And I like how Villanova is very disciplined, but Syracuse has been shooting well from beyond the arc. Jimmy Boeheim, and whatnot. I'm going to take Villanova, though. I like Villanova's discipline a little more than Syracuse's. Should be a fun one. Should be a very fun game. Let's go to the Big East Big 12 battle. This is on December 7th as well. You got Oklahoma versus Butler. Oklahoma got the upset against Florida. They're playing okay. I mean, they're not doing too bad. Don't know a whole lot about Oklahoma right now, but I know Butler's not really a tremendous team, so I like Oklahoma at home here to get the job done against Butler. Big East Big 12 battle with West Virginia versus UConn. This is, this is tomorrow evening. West Virginia, UConn. UConn, I found out yesterday that Adamas Sanogo and another player of theirs is not healthy. They're not 100%, so that could cause West Virginia to get sneaky on them. Like Taz Sherman definitely can really make some plays. They do have some scores, but I just like UConn better. I think they're the better team, but with Sanogo possibly not playing, that could call for an upset there. We'll see. Then you got a big game here on tomorrow night as well at Wisconsin, number 22 Wisconsin versus IU. IU playing well. They've turned the ball over a lot. Wisconsin, primarily a defense. They have a good defense. They have some good guard play. I want to take IU, but I like Wisconsin at home. I don't think IU's won in Wisconsin in a long time from what I know either, from what I heard earlier this year. So it should be a tough one. You can honestly come with this one. I can see IU getting a win here. I think IU's going to play tough. They're going to start developing, continue to get better over the year. That's what I like about this IU team. Minnesota versus number 19 Michigan State. Minnesota undefeated, but they've been barely beating mediocre teams. I don't like that too much. Michigan State's continuing to develop their team. I mean, you look at how they played against Louisville. They really got together, got around Louisville's defense. Michigan State's playing some good ball, trying to take better care of the ball. Michigan State, another team that has turnover issues, but I just don't think Minnesota is all of that. I mean, you got Jamison Battle. You have a mix of players, a mixed bag of transfers. But I'm going to go Michigan State. I like Michigan State better. I think they're developing better than Minnesota as we speak. We got Kansas State versus Marquette. I think it's pretty obvious. I'm going Marquette. I like Marquette more. I think Kansas State's I don't know much about Kansas State, though. That's the other thing, too. But I don't think Kansas State's really a good team like that, from what I know personally. I know Marquette can play well. Of course, Daryl Marcel with the great guard play. Could be a great defender as well. Kind of a two-way player there in the mix. I don't have much to say about this game. It's kind of like one of those self-explanatory games. So we're going to go ahead and move on. Okay, we got number 23 Seton Hall versus number 7 Texas in another Big East Big 12 battle. We got a lot of these coming up overall. Seton Hall has played pretty good, actually, this year. And I just found out Kansas State. I wanted to look at Kansas State. I forgot they almost beat Illinois. They almost beat Arkansas, but it's like everyone's kind of all over the place. It seems like they just beat Wichita State, but I mean, Wichita State hasn't been doing that great. But Number 23, Seton Hall. Number 7, Texas. Yeah, Texas, to me, I want to see them play against another bigger team, and this is what I've been looking for Texas. I want to see a little bit more from Texas. The game against Gonzaga didn't prove it. All that proved to me is Texas still has problems they need to work around. Seton Hall can definitely beat Texas, but I think when it comes down to it, if Texas fires on all cylinders, I think they're a better team, in my opinion. Now, Seton Hall can definitely play. I mean, I'm not pushing them over, but I'll take Texas there. Rutgers versus number 1 Purdue. Yeah, Purdue number 1. Really, really cool to see that, of course. I'm going to do my Week 4 recap video either tonight or tomorrow. I'll kind of go more into the way of how Purdue's been playing. I like Purdue. Rutgers has been so inconsistent. I don't like how Rutgers just continue. They're just so back and forth. They have a talent to be better than 4-4, but I don't know what in the world's I don't know what their malfunction is. They beat Clemson recently, so I mean they're trying to head in the right direction. But you're going against Purdue. That's a tough one. We got an Iowa battle here. Iowa State versus Iowa. Now, Iowa State to me, I'm not 100% on this team still. They're beating teams that are questionable, you want to call it like that. Memphis not fully developed. They beat Memphis up, but they're not fully developed. They barely beat Creighton. Creighton's kind of, sort of. They have some things, but not like that. They're definitely not as good as last year. And Iowa's a team that's played tough, very, very tough. I mean, you look at how they played against Purdue. Now, Keegan Murray, I don't know if he's going to be healthy. He's huge for Iowa. And then Jordan Bohannon, he's hit or miss. He is hit or miss from beyond the 3. That's what happens when you shoot a lot of threes too. But Toussaint needs to step it up. There's another guy on the team I'm forgetting the name of, but he's an important asset too to the team. I'm going to actually take Iowa. I think Iowa State could win this game, but right now, I'm not totally buying Iowa State right now. And I'm not trying to knock their success, but they were beating teams that have a lot of issues. Big game here on Saturday. We have Ohio State versus Wisconsin. Now, Ohio State, of course, back in the top 25 after the huge win over Duke. I mean, that was a huge, monstrous win. Coming back from being down, 15? In Wisconsin, of course, we talked about with IU. Wisconsin playing really well. The guard play especially is a defining point for this team. Now, Ohio State, of course, E.J. Liddell, the big man, they really utilize their size at times, especially when you try to drive in the lane and try to get that quick bucket. You know what? I'm going to actually take Ohio State here at home. I was going to take Wisconsin, but I think Ohio State is starting to figure things out a little bit. You know, that loss to Xavier kind of opened them up a little bit. I feel like they're trying to figure things out. This is going to be a tough game. This is going to be a really tight game, I think. This is going to come down to the wire. Should be an exciting one in Columbus, Ohio. Oklahoma versus number 12 Arkansas. Now, with Arkansas, again, I have not seen their full potential yet. Now they're of course, trying to continue to open things up with their team. I mean, I like Eric Musselman. I do. I like him as a coach. He's found quick success with his team. I mean, he's brought this program back to life. But Oklahoma seems to be one of those sneaky teams, and I remember talking about this last year. Oklahoma is a sneaky team. They sure indeed played pretty well last year, of course, and I think they were even ranked in the top 10 at one point. But I think Arkansas is the better team at the end of the day. But you can't always go with the better team. And again, I want to mention this too. I made these picks kind of quick because I'm running out of time, so I'm sorry if I end up picking most of the favorites. It's kind of, I know, I'm not trying to do all chalk, but it's been mostly all chalk. I'm sorry about that too, so I wanted to kind of mention that. I always try to pick a couple upsets at least a couple to a few, because it's going to happen, of course. So that's the case there. I don't know what just happened there. Sorry about that. Must have been some glitch thing. All right, so UConn versus St. Bonaventure. This could be a very, very tough game. Never forget, Tribute Classic, number 15, UConn St. Bonaventure. Yeah, St. Bonaventure's been a little bit disappointing as of late. They barely beat Buffalo. It seems like St. Bonaventure's offense sometimes struggles. They lost to Northern Iowa. Now, St. Bonaventure could play defense, but they've been a little in and out lately. UConn has been more consistent, you could say. I like UConn right now more than St. Bonaventure. Again, though, Sonogo, in my opinion, he's huge to the team. And then the other guy, I cannot remember the name of. I skimmed at his name because when I saw Sonogo, I thought, oh, great, that's bad. But this is going to be a tough game. I think this is going to be a lower scoring game, but look for some physicality in this matchup. Illinois versus Arizona, number 11 Arizona. I'll tell you what, Arizona's been a surprise for me personally. Well, here's the thing. I kind of thought, okay, I think they're going to be better this year. I think they could sneak in the top 25. Them being number 11 already, though, surprising to me. But hey, got to give credit. Tommy Lloyd's really putting this program together. Illinois, Cockburn playing better. I'm still not on the Illinois train. I don't know if I'll ever be back on the Illinois train again. Screw that. I mean, seriously. I still don't fully trust Illinois. I'm taking Arizona on the road. I can see Illinois winning, though. Cockburn's been playing good ever since he came back. Trent Frazier out, though. That doesn't help. He's a huge part of the guard play. So you're trying to have guys step up, and Illinois is trying to show and prove that they have depth on their team, which I think they do. I need them to show it more, but I think Arizona's going to win. But I think Illinois could easily win, too. Arizona hasn't had a challenge like this since Michigan, so we'll see if Arizona can get 2 big wins over Big Ten teams. See how that goes. Oh, this is a monstrous game here. I'm looking forward to. I'm going to miss this game, unfortunately. I might miss most of this game. Number 9 Alabama versus number 14 Houston. This is going to be freaking good. Of course, we'll talk about how Alabama beat Gonzaga in my Week 4 recap. I was impressed with Alabama on Saturday night. Houston continuing to roll through with teams. This is going to be a good game here. I can see, here's the thing. The matchup, in my opinion, matchup says Alabama a little bit more. Houston can play fast. If you want to play fast, Houston can play fast. But man, I'll tell you what, the way Alabama played against Gonzaga, they were just fearless. They were fearless with their decisions. They didn't always just randomly shoot the 3. Sometimes they pass it around and get that good look. And that's what really makes a difference there too. Houston does have a defense to slow Alabama down. I got to roll with Alabama though. I'm telling you, Alabama's playing on another level. Houston can sputter a bit. It depends. Alabama could throw them off of their speed. I'll tell you what, Houston, though, could match that speed with on defense. Houston does play some fast defense, so this is going to be a heavyweight fight. Good one coming up in Tuscaloosa on Saturday night. Really looking forward to that game. Here's another big game here. My goodness, got 2 big games. A couple really big games this weekend. Baylor, number 2 Baylor versus number 6 Villanova. Baylor's playing really good this year. Backcourt seems to still be really good. Jonathan Chacha was playing out of his mind. Villanova, again, like I talked about, controlling the ball well, taking care of the ball well. The veteran leadership of Gillespie, Jermaine Samuels playing well. Jay Wright has this team on a roll. You know what? I'll take an upset here. Baylor's due to lose at some point. Everybody in the top 25 has been losing. And yeah, we'll talk about Florida, even though I did not pick the Florida game, obviously, because they faced a Texas Southern team that, of course, they were 0-6 going to the game. I'll have to make a brief mention about that in the recap video, but Baylor will probably lose at some point soon. It could happen here. Baylor could easily win, too, especially with the physical presence of Chachua under the rim. And that was it for my Week 5 picks. Everyone, thank you so much for tuning in. Stay tuned for Week 4 recap coming up probably tomorrow, and then Week 6 picks next Tuesday. Goodbye.